This is Lab 20, Example 2. We have the function f of x equals negative 3x squared plus 6. We want to find the vertex, the x-intercepts, the y-intercept, and the range of this quadratic function. So we're going to find the vertex first. A vertex is the point x, y. Remember, it's going to be a point, so we're going to have to find the x value and the y value of this vertex. The x value is going to come from the formula negative b divided by 2a, and the y value is going to come from plugging this x value into our function. So it's going to be f of negative b 2a. This b and a comes from the standard form for a polynomial, ax squared plus bx plus c. So if you compare this to our function here, we have negative 3 is a, our b is going to be 0, there's no singular x, and our c is 6. So finding our x value, negative b is negative 0, divided by 2 times our a, which is negative 3. 0 is on the top, so this is just going to be equal to 0. 0 on the top, 0 divided by anything is 0, negative 0 is just 0, so x is equal to 0. And so our y value is going to be plugging this value of 0 into our function up here for our x. So our y value is negative 3, 0 squared plus 6. 0 squared is 0, negative 3 times 0 is 0, so our y is just going to be positive 6. So our vertex is the point 0, positive 6, like that. So we found our vertex. Moving on to our x-intercepts. Our x-intercepts are when our y value equals 0. So f of x is the same thing as y in this case. So we can substitute 0 in for our y. So this is 0 equals negative 3x squared plus 6, and then we're going to solve for our x here. So I'm going to subtract 6 on both sides. This is negative 6 is equal to negative 3x squared. Divide by negative 3. Negative over negative is positive. 6 divided by 3 is 2. We have 2 is equal to x squared. To get rid of a squared, we need to do a square root. When we do a square root, we have a plus minus here. So our x, just flipping it over, our x is equal to plus minus square root of 2. So our x-intercepts are at the points positive square root of 2, 0, and negative square root of 2, 0. So these are our x-intercepts, this is our vertex. Moving on, we want to find our y-intercept and our range. So just rewriting what our function is up here, f of x is equal to negative 3x squared plus 6. We want to find our y-intercept. The y-intercept is going to be when x is equal to 0. So we're going to plug in 0 into our x up here. So this is y is equal to negative 3 times 0 squared plus 6. 0 squared is 0. Negative 0 times negative 3 is 0. So our y is just positive 6. So our y-intercept is the point 0, 6. You'll notice that it's the same as our vertex, since it was at x equals 0. So that's our y-intercept. The last thing we need to do is find our range. Our range is our possible y values. So we're going to look at our vertex. Our vertex was the point 0, 6. In fact, it was the same as our y-intercept. And our function is a parabola. So negative 3x squared plus 6, if we have an x squared first, we have a parabola. So there's two possible forms of a parabola. There's the positive version where it opens up like that into a bowl, and there's the negative version where it opens downwards like that. We need to figure out which one it is. If you graphed this, you would find out it'd be this point, this version right here. And algebraically we know it is because there's a negative here. If we have a negative in front of our x squared, it's going to open downwards like that. If it was positive, it'd open upwards. So because we know that it opens downwards and we know our vertex, we can somewhat know kind of what this looks like. We have 0, 6 up here, and it opens downwards like that. So this is just a visualization. And if we look at all our possible y values, this is our y-axis up here, we notice that we have y values from positive 6, and we have a y value down here. We touch the graph, and down here we have a y value. So our range of possible y values is from negative infinity, because we always go negative first. We go from down here upwards. We have a value for every y value down here, so it goes from negative infinity, and we have that until we get to 6, including 6. We include the 6. But if we went above 6, we would not be able to touch the graph. We don't have a y value up there. So our range is from negative infinity to 6, including 6.